To find more recipes like this, and to receive some good counsel on how to live without refined sugar, please look up this title on Amazon, No Sugar Added, or How I Live Without Refined Sugar and Still Enjoy Life by the Highway Groupie. The book is available exclusively on Amazon. Hi, I'm the Highway Groupie, and in this video I'm going to share with you my secret tomato catsup recipe. I'm now over 71 years of age, and I think it's time for me to share this before I go. Why do I make my own catsup? Have a look at the ingredients we find in most commercially made catsups. For example, Heinz, tomato concentrate from red ripe tomatoes, distilled vinegar, cane sugar, or in some batches they use high fructose and corn syrup. Salt, onion powder, spice, natural flavoring. Elmer's tomato ketchup contains tomato paste, glucose fructose, white vinegar, salt, spices, seasonings. More of this sweetener than there is even of the vinegar. For those of us who prefer to be free of refined sugar, there is a recipe that the whole family can enjoy. My wife, who is not a sugar-free fanatic, loves this. Let's start off with what you will need. A mixing bowl, a fork, measuring spoons, a measuring cup, a can opener, maybe moot if you have a pull-off lid. And now, the ingredients. Tomato paste. I don't use Heinz for this. I find that Heinz has a tinny taste. I use Linda, but your mileage may vary. You should try different ones to find one you like. Red wine vinegar, onion powder or onion granules, garlic powder or garlic granules. I prefer the fine granules myself for both of those. Chopped basil. You can use powdered basil if you like. Thyme, oregano, ground bay leaf, sweet curry. Yes, there are different kinds of curry. You do not want hot curry for this, trust me. Chili powder, paprika powder, mustard powder, sage powder, tamari sauce, not soy sauce as they generally put sugar in soy sauce, water, sea salt. I generally use herba mera because it is mixed with kelp that helps replace the iodine in the table salt. Added to that, it pours and dissolves well. I should note that I am not sponsored by any company, and the taste expressed in this video, as in all my videos, is my own. First thing to do is open the can of tomato paste. You'll need 475 grams of tomato paste. I like to open top and bottom and push it out one end, even with the pull top type of tins. Add to that the spices. Now, I'm using the old method of measuring spices by volume and not by weight. Neither method is 100% accurate depending on moisture content and how packed down the spice is. I'm using milliliters, pinches, and smidgens. When using measuring spoons, the spices were shaken but not packed. Also, I never use measuring instruments other than my fingers when I'm making the recipe myself. The measures that I'm giving you here represent the average of my normal recipe. After you have made this once, you will want to vary different spices in future mixes to suit your taste. You will need 5 milliliters of onion powder and 6 1/4 milliliters of garlic powder. The following spices should also be crushed between your thumb and the palm of your hand and then added to the mix. That is 0.6 milliliters or about 1/8 of a teaspoon of basil, a large pinch of thyme, 1 1/4 milliliters or less of oregano. Then add a pinch of ground bay leaf, 0.6 milliliters of sweet curry, a smidgen of chili. When I say a smidgen, that barely is enough to cover the pad of your index finger, or about 1/4 of a pinch. 2.5 milliliters of paprika powder, 1 milliliter of mustard powder, 0.6 milliliters of sage, 30 milliliters of tamari sauce, 1 milliliter or less of salt. Now, you may want to start with less and then add to your taste. Pour in the 200 milliliters of red wine vinegar and the 50 milliliters of water. With a fork, mix slowly. Mix only in a clockwise direction. If you mix counterclockwise, you will unmix it. Sorry, old greasy Allen line. Okay, keep mixing it until it is homogeneous. When you taste it to see if you like the salt content, remember two things. You are tasting a condiment. The vinegar and salt will appear to be strong, but they will be moderated by the food that you will use this on. And two, don't judge the overall taste just yet. It takes about 24 hours for the spices to permeate the mix. Once the mixture is smooth, then transfer it to a suitable container. One footnote on the water. This is the consistency when using Linda tomato paste without the water added. Note how it envelops the fork. If that is how you like your catsup, then do not add the water. You will also likely need less salt and less tamari because the water tends to attenuate or flatten the taste a little. In this second example, the 50 milliliters of water have been added in and mixed. This is how I like my catsup, so that it coats the tines of the fork without enveloping the fork. Once you have transferred this to a suitable container, let it stand for 24 hours in the refrigerator. After that, enjoy your no sugar added tomato condiment. Hi. If you enjoyed what you saw in that video, then please click the subscribe button over here. Yeah, that one. Click the subscribe button, please. And whenever I put a video up, you will find out about it. Please.